is the player ratings. Brighton 3, Everton 2. Everton self-destruct on the south coast for the umpteenth time. And the good news is we've got an opportunity to do it again in 2 weeks, which is great, isn't it? Yeah, just horrendous. Just watching the goal again there, the winning goal. They had 4 against 3 in the 93rd minute. It's absolutely incredible that you can leave yourself in that position when you've got 4 centre midfielders on the pitch as well, which is again another incredible decision taken by the manager. Yeah, I'm just completely lost by it all, if I'm honest. I'm completely lost by it all. But as I said in my match reaction, it comes down to the players. These kind of performance, it comes down to players not being able to just grab a game. There's no game management at all. There's no game management at all. At 2-1, we should just soak up the pressure there and win 3-1. And I know a terrible decision. It is a terrible decision. I've watched it a couple of times. I've watched it more than a couple of times. It's a terrible decision. That really, VAR should be telling the referee to go and have a look for himself on the screen and make a decision for himself. In a situation like that, I think personally that I don't really want to. I've said in the past I don't really want to see the use of those screens because it slows down the game. But I think in a decision like that, I think the referee, this is the first time one's been overruled, and if it's going to be overruled, give the ref the opportunity to overrule himself. It's the same with last week with Mina's goal that got disallowed. Give the ref that chance to overrule himself. I think people would be a little bit more understanding if the ref looked at it and went, yeah, that's a penalty, that. Oh, I didn't see that. But if it's him not seeing it, that's fine. I don't mind the ref not seeing things on the pitch. He can't have his eyes everywhere. But if he looks at the screen and goes, well, that's a pen. But then again, Richarlison got bundled over and that was that looked at? Why aren't the assistant referees or whatever they are, video referees, saying to the ref, you might want to just have a look at that themselves? It's mad that the screen's not been looked at once, but it's mad that this is the first penalty that's been overturned when Delafette last week was hacked about 3 times against Spurs. So it's the people controlling the VAR which is the real big problem. They're the same humans, they're the same people. And the biggest farce about it all is Man City had a goal given today for their second goal. The goal's now been credited to David Silva by an independent body. This is probably the same independent body that took Richarlison's goal off him today. And by taking that goal off Kevin De Bruyne and giving it to Silva, it basically means that it was offside, which it's a farce. But that's an independent body. So VAR should be an independent body, really. Well, it's all, listen, that doesn't matter. Everton have thrown away the chance of points today because their inability to see out a game, as far as I'm concerned. Let's get into the play ratings anyway. An added rant. Jordan Pickford, he's getting a 3 just because the first goal was horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. And they get another free kick, or I think it's a free kick where he punches it back into play, which could have just been an easy tap-in. He's horrendous on free kicks. Direct free kicks, he's horrendous. And he's been crap this season, if I'm honest. He's been crap. He had a decent start, but since the first international break, he's been crap. And yeah, okay, he made a good save last week. But, he's a shot stopper. And he's supposed to be getting better, and he's not. And the manager needs to start putting pressure on him now to improve. Because he's been, for me, since the international weekend, terrible. And I don't know how many times now he's conceded free kicks. I'd love to know, from the beginning of last season, I'd love to know who's conceded more direct free kicks in the Premier League. Because he'd be up there, I'm sure. I'm sure he'd be up there. Jibril Sidibe, a 6. He was alright today. Didn't really create too much. But away from home, difficult. Obviously, second Premier League start, first away from home. He was alright. He was okay. Didn't make any major mistakes, but you're asking him to attack, and maybe the balance of the team, certainly in away games, isn't right for him to attack all the time. I don't know, that's on the tactics, but I'll give him a 6. On the other side, Luca Dean, obviously unfortunate to score the own goal. I always look at them and think, what were the people thinking when they hit them? Is there anything else they could have done? You know, imagine if he just like dummied it, let it go through his legs. That would have completely put off the Murray at the back post, or I don't know, try to back either away or something. We'll never know. It seems to happen quite a lot, doesn't it? But had an assist, did okay. Bernard was obviously went off injured in front of him, so that meant Iwobi going back in front of him. Probably give him a 6 as well. Centre backs, Michael Keane. He was all right till the penalty, and then he just fell to bits. Really did just fall to bits. Just out of position, just running into areas he shouldn't have been. And he's got to be that leader at the back. The penalties, it's sloppy. You know, he's not stood on him on purpose. That's clear. I don't really think you can blame him for the penalty as such, because I don't think there's anything he can do. He just plants his foot, and the player just happens to be there. The player's never getting the ball. That's what I said in the instant match reaction. Not all coming together as fouls. They're just coming together. Football's becoming very black and white, isn't it? And that's the problem now. That's where technology comes in. It's becoming very, very black and white. So I will give him a 5. Mason Holgate, he was all right at times. Not concentrating, not following the ball enough. He's obviously not the leader Yeremina is. Set the second goal up brilliantly. Came out of defence with the ball. So first game in the Premier League for a while. So I'll give him a 6. Centre midfield, Tom Davies. I thought he was all right, but it wasn't their first goal. He was poor on, but I thought second half when he got the ball and started, I thought he started using it really well and was probably our best centre midfielder. And I don't know why when bringing in Delph on, that maybe clogged up that room. I mean, if you're going to bring Delph on, I would have brought him on for Gomez and just gone Delph and Davis and still had that attack but had that defensive ability. So I'll give Tom a 6 today. But I thought he was all right. I thought he was okay. Gomez next to him just looked off the pace. Just didn't look his type of game. Brighton pressed heavily on him and didn't give him any time on the ball, and just didn't have that time or create that time that he did last week. And as I say, I would have took him off and brought Delph on. But maybe the manager was wary of set pieces. But I just thought it was a mad sub tipping and clogging up that midfield. So I'll give Gomez 5. Iwobi, difficult game, started in the number 10, ended up going wide, did very little. Did very, very little in the game, to be honest. Never really got into it. And then got moved out of position. And so I'll give him a 4. On the other side, Walcott had a couple of decent opportunities, one in the first half, and we just pulled it back to 1-1 if he takes it first time. He's got a tap in, or at least he's got a shot on target, but he doesn't. He tries to take a touch, and again, did that, I think, in the second half. Not straightforward tap-ins, but he had another good, decent half chance in the second half and didn't take it first time. So he'll get a 5 as well. Bernard went off quite early, so really, I'll just give him a 6. Worrying when it looked like he slipped. I don't know whether it's his knee or his groin, but he left the ground on crutches, so that's a big worry. He'd probably definitely miss Tuesday's game, and you imagine he'd be very doubtful for Saturday's game. To at least see what the extent of it is. But when a player slips and does something like that, it's one of those things where it could be just a twist, or then on the other side of things, it could be really, really bad. And that's what the worry is. And knowing Everton's look, it'll be really, really bad. Richarlison up front didn't offer what he offered last week. Again, got isolated. Again, big problem in this Everton team away from home. He got isolated. Had the goal taken off him. I'd have to see it in slow motion. He does look like he flicks it, but then it comes off him. But not the same as he was last week, and got quite isolated. I think later on in the game we should have gone 2 up front rather than. It's difficult conditions, and you just want to see something from them. It's not always about being brilliant on the ball. It's about having a little bit of something else to get you through the games. But he had limited opportunities today with Richarlison, so I'll give him a 6. The subs, Sigurdsson didn't do anything. He had 1 shot, I think, not long after he come on. It was the wrong sub. It really was. If anything, at that point, I would have brought Delph on and pushed Davis further forward. It was the wrong sub. It just slowed everything down. Sigurdsson's been poor this season. I don't care if he scored last week. Again, this wasn't the game for him. It wasn't the game for him. It needed something else. Could have brought Moise Keane on the left, or brought Moise Keane up front and put Richarlison to the left. Or put Dom up front and put Richarlison to the left. Or swap Walcott over. Sigurdsson coming on was just awful. I'll give him a 3. I thought he was terrible. And Delph, I'll give him a 4, but I don't know. What was he supposed to do? Why did he come on? Why was he on the pitch? Or why did he come on and then we ended up having Sigurdsson, Gomez, Delph, and Tom Davis, and that was at 1-1. And I know we scored immediately, but subs are weird, man. I just don't get where Everton are at the moment. I really don't. I just don't get where we are. We seem to have good players, but then them good players can't do it, and then the manager subs are mad. I don't know. I just feel like at times I do feel like the money's ruined us. I feel like any money Farhad Moshiri had should have just been put into the ground and nothing else, and we just scrapped off the pitch like we did under Moyes. No, I don't know. It's just at the moment just a massive shit show, and we just can't seem to get a footing at all. And I was thinking today, imagine we won today, and then imagine we beat Watford and 3 games in a row. You know, I've just been watching Chelsea there, and looks like, you know, the last I was watching do 1-0 up. That'd be 7 wins in a row. Leicester going to Southampton and winning 9-0. These are managers who've just have been in the job in less time than Silva, and yet their teams are 7 in a row, and Leicester win 9-0. I mean, that's and yet we're sitting here after over a year, still scratching our heads at what is going on with this team. And don't get me wrong, I don't put today's result down to the manager, I don't. But that's 1 game out of quite a few. I mean, we've lost every game away from home, bar 1 this season, and we haven't played anyone who's decent. Anybody. We've played Crystal Palace, Aston Villa, Bournemouth, Burnley, and Brighton. There's a lot of B's in there. We've played nobody, and we've been beaten all but 1. That is shocking. That is so damning. I think Tuesday's the night. I think if we don't win Tuesday, I think that's it. I think that'll be it. Because I just don't see what's the point. I really don't. But we'll wait and see. As I say, I'm not putting this on the manager today, but I'm putting other performance on the manager. When you add them all up, it's a real mess. A real mess. Everton are in an absolute state at the moment. And what makes it worse is it would only take a couple of wins at the moment to get us into looking in a healthy position. Now, we play Spurs next week. And then, you know, it's November. It's November next week. And we will have won. Going into November, we will have won 3 Premier League games with a quarter of the season already gone. That's not acceptable. That is not acceptable. Just on money terms, just on the money we spent. So I don't know. I can't be bothered getting into that at the moment. That's up to. We'll see what Tuesday night holds. But yeah, let me know your thoughts anyway on the player ratings. I just feel so drained at the moment of Everton. Need another international break. Yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to check out my match reaction and Baz's videos as well. Thanks for watching. Toffee TV. See you later.